What's going on, man? Well, I wanted to show off a little project I did the other day. Been meaning to do this because I always get the question of, hey, does this knife have a sheath? And honestly, man, this is what I keep on telling people. Right now, at this moment, do not have a really good line on leather where I can get leather to make sheaths at a really cheap, if not free type price, like scrap leather and stuff like that or whatever. I used to know a guy who built horse saddles for a living, and he used to give me a lot of his scraps for pretty damn cheap. And I used to do a lot. This was years back, though. I think it's like 8 or 10 years now since he actually passed on. So I don't really have that deal anymore. And but I do have like a old pair of motorcycle chaps that were leather that I'm thinking that I've been kind of scraping pieces off of. So I might do some, at least a couple of them, to get back into the hang of it, that are for myself. But I wanted to show this off because this is one of my projects. I wanted to do like a leather, where I can sit here and I can clamp down my leather that I want to sew together or whatever, and then I can sit here and clamp it down and I can stitch it up. And this is my clamp that I made, like a stitching horse or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I've got a piece of all thread that I go through the thing, and this side is fixed to this deal right here. That's fixed to the main platform or whatever. This one is on a hinge, and then I took a nut that fits this bolt and took an old wrench and welded the bolt. Welded the nut in to the inside of this wrench, and also a washer right there, and that's like my permanent tensioning thing. And I can open this up pretty wide. I mean, if I get a longer bolt, I can do wider stuff, but that's pretty wide. I really don't know what the hell I'd be using that's this wide to clamp in there. But anyway, and that's what I did for the thing. And I just cut the other end of it off. I didn't need it that long anyway. And that's just to clamp my work into the deal, if I was doing this one-handed like I am, just tighten that down, and I got it clamped in there pretty tight. And this is another thing too, I made it so short, so if I'm sitting somewhere, see what I'm saying? It's right here. I could sit here and just stitch my stuff up. And yeah. I don't know. It's not really perfect, but it's going to do what I'm going to do until I actually want to make it better. I mean, I did it pretty rustic right off the bat just to have one built. And then I can, refine these probably, and and get some like spray on glue or whatever, and then and have this actually glued to this instead of like, what I got right now is just a couple of some screws holding it on this end, and I got tacks on the inside here to kind of keep it tight. But I might do something where it's glued down and have it look all nice and stuff, whatever. But I don't really care about what it looks like. I just want it to work. Honestly, I mean, even the knives that I was making to begin with as a hobby, I just didn't really care what it looked like. I wanted it to work. I wanted it to last. And that's basically what I'm making. And the more I make it, and the more I make them for people to actually pay money for, I'm getting better and better at different things. And if I can get me a good line on, let's see, this is just actually pieces of that leather pair of chaps that I had that I just started cutting up on. And I got to do a couple other things. I got to refine how I'm going to do all the holes, how I'm going to do all the stuff, because I've got a couple of knives of my personal knives that I've made. I'd like to actually put sheaths and make sheaths for them. And then if I can start doing that at least, and get back into getting pretty good at it for myself, then I can turn around and start making sheaths for all the ones that I make, all the knives that I make to sell. But it's just right now, it's just trying to find, some, unless I scavenge it off other stuff, like and go to thrift stores or whatever and find like an old leather bag or something and just cut that thing up and make, whatever. But I don't know. It's one of them things. Anyway, yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that off. My simple little design here. Well, it's not my design, but it's a simple little, design for a stitching post or a stitching horse or whatever you want to call it. And but anyway, y'all be going out there, 1122 Wingnut Radio out here trying to make something.